So what's up guys, it's ChooseMC here, and the first thing we're going to do for this tutorial is get our materials. So we are going to need ourselves some quartz, and we're going to need ourselves some blue wool, some glass blocks, we're going to need ourselves of course a door, some oak planks, and then finally some leaves. That is correct guys, so the last material is some leaves. And if you are building this on the console edition and want to build it faster, don't forget to add some splash potion of swiftness before you start building so that you can build it as quick as possible. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get our quartz and we're going to build it up by 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. Then after building up by 4 blocks, we're going to go across by 4 blocks again. So 1, 2, 3, 4. No wait, is that correct? Yeah, that's correct. And then what we're going to do is the block behind here, we're going to double up this pillar. So we're going to come behind it and build up again. So we're just going to place 1 block behind every single block, so it's 2 blocks thick like that. Then what we're going to do is get our glass and build up by 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then once we've done that, as you guys can see there now, we've got this sort of arch design. Then we're going to knock out 2 blocks here for the door. Then now what we need to do is we need to get our blue wool, and then on this point here, so 1 block behind the white wall, quartz block, we need to start building 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks like so. And then what we need to do is build a 5th, well not 5th block, my bad actually. Yeah, no, is it 4 blocks? Let me just check. Okay, it is 5 blocks guys, my mistake. So it is 5 blocks across. So once you build it off by 5 blocks, you just want to build it all the way up to the same height as this, and then just make sure that's 1 block higher than this point here. So once we've done that, just take this point all the way across and just make sure it touches it. So don't leave it like that, make sure it touches it like that. Then all we need to do is the same thing we did with this point here. Make sure we double up this side like so. So we're going to get our blue wool, and then we're going to double up this point like so. So as you guys can see, all we need to do now is get our glass and fill it in this window like so. So we're just going to fill in this window with the glass blocks. Oh gosh, fill in this, my gosh, my apologies guys. Fill in the glass window with these blocks, there we go. And then now as you guys can see, we've got the front design down. So I'm just going to add the door just to make things easier, because I always forget to do this. So just place your door right here on the inside. Don't place it on the edge like this, because it does look kind of weird. I would recommend just placing on the inside, but it doesn't matter if you guys want to place it on the inside or the outside. It's really up to you. So what you want to do now is very simple. The rest of the build is pretty simple once you get down the front design. So you want to take this point out by here. It takes out by an additional 4 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then just take it down into the ground like so. And then what we want to do is just fill it in the glass and just bring across the glass until this point here. So technically you're just filling in the window just like this. There we go. So as you guys can see, once you've done that, now what we want to do is along this point here and along that point there, what we need to do is to fill in some quartz points along the top and down the bottom. There we go. So now what you want to do is splash yourself with swiftness just in case. And then the next point we have to do is this point here and this point here need to cross. So what we need to do is we need to take this point out by 1, 2, 3, take this point out by 1, 2, 3, and as you can see, they join up creating a little square, and then we just want to fill in that small square like so. So that's the roofing for that part of the house. Now for the next part of the house, what we need to do is we need to get our blue wool, and then from okay guys, so what we're going to do now is we're just going to take this across by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then now that we've taken it across by 5 blocks, again we need this point over here and then this point over here to touch. So what we're going to do is we're going to drag this point out and drag this point out, and then as you guys can see, they eventually touch. And if you guys don't know how to do that, just drag it out for a long point. Then when you drag this point out, as you guys can see, it crosses there. So then these remaining blocks you just simply destroy like that, and then the rest of the roof here you just fill in with the blue wool like so. And then there is that. And I really have a hard time placing blocks. So now as you guys can see, we've got this back window here. So all we need to do is pretty much just copy the front design, but on this blue part. So for this blue wall, the wall is going to go all the way across here. So we're going to do that now. So as you guys see, we just filled in that wall. Then we need to just take a layer across the bottom here, just like that. Just make sure it's the same width as the layer you've done in the front. and then just make sure you take it out by 1 just to account for the top parts that actually looks normal. Then what we need to do is we need to fill in our glass, so we're going to have to do another layer of blue wall behind that, and then we're going to fill in the glass on that layer as well, like so. So we're going to go across by 4, go across by 4, go across by 4 again. And then what we need to do now for the final part of the design is we need to get our, let me just check on which is the best way to complete this house, because I don't want to confuse you guys too much. So the easiest way to do this is to actually get your pillared quartz and then just take it across by 3 blocks, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, and then just build that up. So just fill in that space there. So as you guys can see, if I go around the house and just bash myself, the house is finally done. It's small, modern, and blue. I really like this house. And then what we need to do, as you guys can see, it is really, really small. And I do need to emphasize that, because you guys are going to be like, oh, wow, this house is small. Well, I did say it. So just add some wood along the ground. I mean, you don't have to add wood, but I mean, it's completely up to you. I just kind of like wood flooring. You can add quartz flooring if you really want to, but I would just say add wood, simply because you know, it's just my favorite. So add whatever flooring you want. You can add wool, you can add whatever, you know, it doesn't really matter. Add your door, and if you do add you know, if your flooring does come out to this block here, so let's say for example how I've done it, make sure that you put your door on the front block. But if your flooring does come out to there and then you leave your grass at this block here, just put your door on this block here, so that makes sense. So leave your door there. So that is the house, but what you want to do is just make sure you add some oak leaves around the edge of your house, just to give it a more homey feel. So just go all the way around the edges like so, and then just give it a more homey feel. So just go around the edges and then just come back right to that point there. As you guys can see, there's that part. Then what we need to do is the interior. Now on most of these houses, a lot of people decide to do the interior themselves, but if you do decide to build this in survival, I will show you how I will do the interior. So what I would personally do is get myself some chests, get myself that, and then let me show you guys quickly. So for this area here, what I would do is I would place chests on all the sides, simply because I feel like this is the place that I want my chest to be, and that's where I would just place most of my stuff. Then I would place a crafting table in the middle, 2 furnaces on the top, and then 3 along the top as well, simply because this is like the most compact way to, you know, do an interior of this side. Because I mean, well, you can't open that chest, so actually just 1 on the top, my mistake. So 3 on the side, 3 on this side, so probably gonna have about 6 different chests, which is a lot of space when you think about it for the small area that we do have. And actually what you guys can do is, let me just check, I think this is actually going to make more sense. So what you guys can do, if you need more smelting space, what you guys can do is just replace this furnace, replace a crafting table with a furnace, and then put 2 crafting tables like that, because you can use your crafting table there, but if you place furnaces there, you wouldn't be able to use it. So this is the most efficient way you can use your small little plot here. So what we need to do now is we need to get ourselves some areas for sleeping. So we need to find ourselves a bed, and we need to get ourselves, what other stuff do we use in survival? See, the thing is, in creative mode, I can never really think about that stuff. So you can either put a bed in this corner here, or put a bed in this corner here. I would just recommend this corner here, simply because it looks kind of cozy. Then for the rest of the area, I would just recommend adding some, you know, surfaces guys, and just using some stone pressure plates just to make it look nice. So you can add don't want to use the same wood color, so add some spruce planks along here, and then add some pressure plates like so. And then if we can get ourselves some fences, I'll show you guys what I like to do on most of my houses. And if you guys are familiar with my tutorials, you will know that this is what I do all of the time. So then just add that to the wall, and it just, I don't know, I feel like it just, you know, gives your house a little bit of a homey feel. So yeah, this is the way how I would do the interior for now. This is the best way that I feel that survival aspect of the house is. For creative, I don't really think most people are going to build this in creative into their worlds. I mean, if you do have a small town, you could build this, and you could still do the interior like this, because, you know, this is still very effective and it still looks nice. So if you guys did enjoy the video, don't forget to leave a like, guys. Don't forget to leave any comments if you guys have any queries on what types of houses you want me to do a tutorial on. I will be doing a mansion tutorial that will be coming very soon. I'm just sort of, you know, getting everything together, such as the floor plan, because a mansion is very, very, very cool, and I just destroyed that block. But yeah, guys, it's been DreamsMC. Don't forget to leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe for more modern house tutorials and all different types of crazy house tutorials. There's going to be a lot to come in the future that you guys just aren't ready for. But yeah, as you can see, and until next time, it's going to be peace from me.